or developing countries, or the ones that they try to at least develop, but still there are certain needs for the teachings of prophets, alayhim as-salam, of course, and then their immaculate progeny as well. To some extent, I consider myself to be successful in approving this very claim yesterday. This is what I tried to do, although maybe deeper discussions needed as well. But in the times that we do have for a normal general talk to address the public, I think that what we did yesterday was enough. Based on this assumption that we do need the teachings of prophets and Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam, today I want to share with you something which is very social and very common, very preponderant for us actually to know, and I think that that would be very beneficial for our today's life. And then this is mostly the language and the discussion about rights. So if, for example, yesterday, by yesterday I mean not yesterday, means years ago, a generation ago, for example, the discussion would be mostly about the responsibility and then what we are expected to do, whether in our family, in our society, in our country, in our mosque. But today, the discussion and the language and the atmosphere and the dialogue has been totally changed. Today, we're not talking about responsibility and duties, but rather we talk about our expectations. We talk about our own rights. So this is totally a transition. This is totally a different dialogue. I mean, if yesterday I was talking, for example, about the responsibility means I owe something to the society, or I owe you, okay, as for example, the relatives of mine. But then today, you owe me, as there is certain right for me that you have to observe, that you have to respect. So yesterday, I was thinking that what should I do, but today I think what you should do for me. This is actually the language that is going on. So for example, in the countries, in the, well, let's say nationwide discussions that we do have across the globe, most of them will think, okay, what is my right? What is people's right? What is women's right? What is children's right? What is, for example, family rights? What is, for example, well, the people that they do have the citizenship or residence in my country, what is their right? Okay, so mostly we will talk about our own rights. And then that is why I think the discussion that we want to talk about under the supervision of the sermons of Ali ibn Abi Talib, the commander of the faithful, would be very beneficial, and to the point today. So in Saffain war and battle, this is exactly what, where, and when he addressed this kind of sermon. So he was actually a governor, he was actually a caliph, of course not a governor, he was a caliph, and then he's addressing people about their rights. So this is the kind of, we can say, his contribution to educate people, understand more about this kind of mutual connection and relationship between the governors and governed, of course. So today I a little bit introduce this kind of sermon, but today I want to explore a little bit more and then deeper. Here Ali ibn Abi Talib has mentioned, after of course he opened up the discussion like this. This is actually something that has been, I think even last year I told you, when you go and read the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in the UN, that you will find 30 articles within which that the intellectuals have gathered in order to come up with a very enriched already articles of human rights declaration, you will find that they started and they opened up their declaration with human dignity, which is inalienable, which is something that cannot be discriminated from any person. Okay, so talking about rights, they opened and they started to talk about human rights. Okay, there is no any name of God in the rights, in that, of course, let's say panel, let's say. There is no any mention about God, that is there any right for God to us or no? This is something that I think lacks here. This is something that quite on the contrary we will find in our text and the scriptures a lot. Like for example, Risalatul Huquq, well, stated by Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. Recite the salawat for him. So here, Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, the way that he started talking about the rights, first he will initiate his talk and discussion about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's rights. And then he thinks and he assumes the origin, the early origin, the initial foundation of rights to be originated, actually, to be emerged from God. So God is the donor of the rights to the people. And it is exactly what we will find in this sermon of Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. So he opens up the discussion like this: لا يجري لأحد إلا يجري عليه ولا يجري عليه إلا جرى له. Means whatever is, well, pursuing your prosperity, your interest, one day would be against you. And then whatever is against you or to you, one day would be for you. So there is a balance between something to be to you and then to be for you. لا يجري لأحد إلا يجري عليه ولا يجري عليه إلا جرى له. So this is a balance here. ولو كان لأحد أن يجري له ولا يجري عليه لكان ذلك خالصا لله سبحانه وتعالى. If we are to find only one person who is exemplary in this regard, who is actually the very real instance that both he is God always, let's say, the rights for him and not against him, is only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So all others, they will have this kind of balance. If I say, okay, observe the rights of the neighbors, like we have to keep quiet, we should not speak loud, I don't know, during the nights we cannot hold on a kind of party or something. So in all these procedures, we are respecting our neighbor's rights. So this is to me. And then one day or one night, it will be also for me, because my neighbors also should respect that as well. So this is a kind of reciprocal way of communication. So for me and this. But this is only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is coming up, of course, with this kind of totalitarian right for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we'll find. Okay, then afterward, Ali ibn Abi Talib starts to, well, talk about the rights of other people. لا تكلموني بما تكلم به الجبابرة. Now I'm the governor. Do not talk with me like the way that you were used to talking before to the governors, to the caliphs. لا تكلموني بما تكلم به الجبابرة means take it easy. Talk with me like the way that you talk with your friends. So it should be like this. A kind of total friendship between the governed and the governors. Do not hesitate. Okay, there is no any formality here. There is no any, let's say, luxury here that, okay, I'm upper, you are lower, and then now you have to talk to me in this way, or you have to, let's say, observe all the protocols, and then afterward, you have this right to talk to me. Some people, they think that they are actually from a higher position or class of society, and then they think that, well, if you want to talk to me, you should observe these, let's say, introductory points. But then Ali ibn Abi Talib is just giving kind of ease to people, relaxation, okay? Calm down, and then let's talk. and then talk whatever you want. Do not talk with me like the way that people talk with transgressors, with monarchs, with dictators. So this is very first instance, of course, of this kind of right, that you as the governed people, you as the people of the society have this right to share your heart with me, to say whatever you want easily with me. So the doors should be always open to you if you want to come and see me. Now, just compare this, what Ali ibn Abi Talib as the governor. So sometimes we'll find that the governors will talk this kind of language in a very general manner. It means that, well, someone like presidents, even for example, the president of my own country, to the point, talking of course, well, okay, talk to the presidents. Come and then see, for example, the president. So it is mostly a general talk. But then here, Ali ibn Abi Talib is, to me, means very sensitive, and at the same time can be sensed by people that, okay, I'm a single person. You know, sometimes you will introduce yourself by the title, sometimes you will introduce yourself by your own personality. So here Ali ibn Abi Talib says, لا تكلموني بما تكلم به الجبابرة. Do not talk with me like the way that you were used to talking to the dictators. There is no any fancy here. Okay, so you can come and you can talk to me. So I'm a personal person like you. Like the way that we do have in Holy Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned, Holy Prophet, قُلْ أَنَا بَشَرٌ مِثْلُكُمْ يُوحَى إِلَيْكَ. So I'm so much like you. Some people, they were teasing and irritating prophets that why you're like us. I mean, I don't know what prophets can do with these people. I mean, there is no any, let's say, persuasion for these people. Never they are going to be persuaded. Never they are going to be convinced. So sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send to them some, well, let's say heroes, and then say, oh, we cannot talk to this person easily. When even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send to them a person who is like them, they say, no, we need a prophet that we feel that he is a prophet. Now, if you are like me, I don't feel it that you are a prophet. You know what I mean? Sometimes, even nowadays, for example, in administrative jobs that you want to do, if for example, you want to start a kind of cooperation, collaboration with a university or something, so you have to have, or no, even in presidential discussions, you have to have that kind of rank to the person that you address. If you're not from the same rank, so they don't accept you. This kind of formality, everything has been completely abolished in the conversation of Ali ibn Abi Talib. We don't have this rank game. We don't have this kind of protocol game. We don't have something like this that, okay, if I'm a president coming to you, so a president should come to the airport in order to welcome me. So these are some, something that we do have in the world of politics. Completely and totally different. And then he continues, Ali ibn Abi Talib, وَلَا تَتَحَفَّظُوا مِنِّي بِمَا يُتَحَفَّظُ بِهِ عِنْدَ أَهْلِ الْبَادِرَةِ. Means that do not even think that maybe if you are going to sometimes even criticize me, I will be sometimes harsh, I will be angry, I will be sometimes tough. No. And then he continues, not be like that, to think that, okay, if I criticize Ali ibn Abi Talib, so what will be the consequences of that? Imprisonment, or let's say execution or prosecution. So these are actually the examples that nowadays we do have. Even, for example, if you go and then talk to, we did have also so many examples in different even Islamic countries. I don't want to mention them by name. But then if people, for example, go and then frankly they will talk of their own hearts, that, oh, President, you have done something wrong like this previously. Tomorrow you will not find them. I mean, people are not there anymore. And we don't know what's just going to happen to them, when you talk with the president this way. But then Ali ibn Abi Talib said, وَلَا تَتَحَفَّدُوا. There is no any tahafud, there is no any hesitation between us. Come and talk directly, frankly, and then tell the truth. And then he says, وَلَا تَظُنُّوا بِي استثقالا في حق قيل لي ولا التماس إعظام لنفسي. Means that, okay, if you found that something is right and true, come and, well, tell me about it. And then I don't need to be praised. I don't need to be glorified. So like the way that we do have in also Arabic literatures, that it was actually a kind of, we can say, well, a priority for a person, and then a kind of privilege, of course, for that person to be able to charm the governors, to be able to glorify them, to be able to magnificently and eloquently praise them. And then afterward, the rewards would be, of course, in return, of course. So this is very important. I don't need your praise. I don't need your glorification. Come and then frankly talk to me. This is what we will find in the words of Ali ibn Abi Talib. And I think that these words should be written by gold sometimes in the walls of different palaces, even in the UN maybe. So in any case, and in effect, we'll find the words of Ali ibn Abi Talib here magnificent, I think, telling us and portraying the very comprehensive image about the rights between the governors and the governed. And at the same time, Ali ibn Abi Talib is, well, greatly thinking about the emancipation and freedom of people, of course. We should not imprison by the different levels of the society. Well, the people who are poor, the people who are poverty-stricken, they should not feel that because I don't have that money, I don't have that class of society, now I don't have this freedom to talk to the first person of my own society. So freedom is something which is important. Like we do have, of course, I will tell you only one more hadith from Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. I will finish it. And then this hadith has been recognized by Jahiz, who was one of the most, we can say, linguists of his own time, the man of literature, let's call him, as he recognizes in the whole world of literature 9 sentences that they are perfect. I mean, we don't have like these 9 sentences in the world of Arabic literature. One of them would be the sentence of Ali ibn Abi Talib, who has, of course, mentioned that, recite the salawat so that I will tell you. So here this is what it is. احتج إلى من شئت تكن أسيرا استغن عن من شئت تكن نظيرا أحسن إلى من شئت تكن أميرا. This is perfect. Recite the salawat again. اللهم صل على محمد. Means if you want to be a slave or if you want to enslave yourself, go and ask for your demands from whoever you want. And then now you are his slave because already you have asked him. You have requested him. Whoever, even a very close friend of yours, if you go and ask him for your needs, if you go and ask for your, well, whatever you require for your life, your demands, now you owe him or her. Now you are kind of not that free anymore. استغنى عن من شئت تكن نذيرا. But if you stop asking questions, not asking questions, I mean questions, but of course asking for your needs to be covered. And then sometimes you say, okay, I will just talk to God about it. I don't present my needs to my fellow friends. So that would be Now you would be regarded having the same position like him. Now you are not anymore the slave to him. And then, أحسن إلى من شئت تكون أميرا. If you want to be upper and superior to that person, go and then go do good things to him. Help him. So see, it will start from a very base of slavery coming to be of the same position, and then if you think to be from the higher position. Asking question, just stopping asking question, and then helping others. So Ali ibn Abi Talib will think about the freedom, of course, of humanity a lot, whether he is a governor or he is a normal person like you. Thank you very much. Inshallah, this discussion should be typed and discovered more. I hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is satisfied with our discussion, and then of course secondly you. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to hasten the reappearance of our 12th Imam. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to intercede us in hereafter, that of course we do need the intercession of Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to free the imprisoned people in different countries, of course, across the globe. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to heal the sick people. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept our actions in this holy month of Ramadan. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to include us among the real followers of Sahab al-Zaman. And then finally, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us good offsprings who are the real lovers and followers of a school of Ahlul Bayt, inshallah. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.